Pastors Chooks and Toyin Ogoye. Pastors Chooks and Toyin Ogoye are the lead pastors of Resurrection Life Church, Johannesburg, South Africa. They are passionate about building families and raising men and women who transform and uplift the standard of life in their communities through understanding and applying biblical principles. Pastor Chooks and Pastor Toyin frequently host workshops, seminars, and conferences for transformation. Some of their programs include Kingdom Financiers Conferences, Dream Achievers Conferences, Marriage Enrichment Courses and Seminars, For Wives-Only Seminars, Single Ladies Boot Camps, and Limitless Men Seminars. They are the founders of the Power of Women Academy, a group mentorship for high-impact women, and host the annual Power of Women conferences and amazing Power of Women broadcasts. For more information, please visit www.idelight.co.za and www.reslife.org.za or WhatsApp +27 814 210 835.
Good evening. Thank God it's Friday. It's another time for us to get together and learn wisdom about relationships. I am Dr. Chucks here. Tonight, we are sharing wisdom for single ladies once again. And we continue from where we stopped last week. Last week, we were dealing with signs of an insecure man. That was part 1 last week. So today is part 2. On Fridays, we gather together to learn wisdom for relationships. Whether it's romantic relationships, marriage relationships, work relationships, all kinds of relationships. It's on Fridays that we gather to get wisdom from the Word of God, the wisdom of God on how to navigate the corridors of relationship. And tonight, part 2 of signs of an insecure man. Now, we said some things last week. Let me just recap a few of them before we take off for today. There's been a lot of gender-based violence in our nation, where men are aggressively and exploitatively violent towards women. And we I don't know about, other people, but it's been something that has bothered me, where we asking why, what is the reason? Why is there so much rape? Why is there so much domestic violence? Men beating up women to the point of, strangulating women, killing women. We know of all the stories that has made the news and news headlines in our country in recent past. And we say, what is the cause? What is creating this upsurge in this kind of behavior? And we said it last week. We said it last week. It boils down to insecurity in men. Men, when they feel insecure, they become overtly aggressive, and then they want to assert their manhood and assert their dominance. And since they don't have anything internally to assert dominance with, by way of achievement, by way of accomplishment, they resort to brute force. They resort to brute strength. And they try to use their physical strength, which is naturally more than the average woman. The average man is stronger than the average woman. And so they naturally devolve to physical brute strength to assert dominance, to assert, impose themselves over the woman in their lives, and it ends badly. The woman gets hurt, the woman gets killed, the woman gets murdered. It's all because of insecurity in men. And we are trying to help ladies. So this series is wisdom for single ladies. Wisdom for single ladies. We are trying to help single women figure these things out before you get into a relationship. Because a relationship with an insecure man is a tough battle, is a tough journey, is a rough one, is a rough terrain. A lot of women get damaged, emotionally abused, emotionally haunted, throughout their time in that relationship. And if you embrace the bad luck, I want to call it that, but bad fortune, that's better. if you embrace the bad fortune of getting married to an insecure man, my God, your life on earth can be hell. Life on earth can be hell for you. So we want to help people so that you can see these signs when you are considering, a long-term relationship with this guy, and then you can make a decisive evasion. You can avoid getting into something that is going to end up, destroying you emotionally, destroying your self-esteem, because an insecure man is hurting. Yes, that's the truth. An insecure man is hurting. He's hurting because he was not designed by God to be insecure. No. Humans were designed by God to walk in confidence and dominion. So when a man is insecure, he's a shadow of himself. He is hurting. And there's a principle: hurting people hurt others. Hurting people hurt others. So he will end up hurting anybody who in his life. So a woman who can understand the things that I'm trying to share and see an insecure man for what it is, or for what he is, that this guy is insecure, she'll be able to make some good decisions to avoid putting herself in a bad space of dating this guy and then the consequences and all the trouble that follow. So we had done part 1 last week. Let me recount on some of the things we said were the telltale signs of an insecure man. Number 1 was that he lacks self-esteem. He lacks self-esteem. Self-esteem is low self-esteem. Number 2 is clinginess. He's so clingy. He is safe only when he is around the woman. Once the woman is away from him, he's threatened, he's insecure. So clinginess. Number 3 is constantly needs to be reassured. Constantly needs to be reassured because he doubts himself, he's afraid, he's threatened by strong men, around this woman. So he constantly needs to be reassured. His ego is fragile. Number 4, he struggles to express his needs. He expects the woman to know what he needs. And when she doesn't get it, he gets angry, and then he, comes up with all kinds of abusive behavior to dish out on the woman, as it were, to revenge for something that the woman is not guilty of. Okay? Number 5, he's defensive, overtly defensive. He gets on the defense all the time. His fragile ego makes him become overtly defensive. Even things that jokes, little jokes that people brush aside, for him it becomes a big issue. That's because he is insecure. Number 6, easily influenced by other people. When you're in a relationship with an insecure man, you will wonder whether, this is a 3-some or 4-some or 5-some, because there are other people who take stakes in the relationship. And if it's a marriage, it can be his mother, it can be his big sister, it can be an ex, and they're all in your business because the man just doesn't know how to draw the line and build effective boundaries because he's insecure. Number 7, he lacks trust. He lacks trust. To trust in the relationship is hard. He's constantly accusing you of cheating, accusing you of infidelity. He's constantly looking over your shoulder, trying to check your phone, it's terrible. It's really terrible to be in a relationship with someone who is insecure. And those were the 7 points we dealt with last week. So let's get on with today's, I think I'm going to give you 9 points today. So let me see how fast I can get through all 9 points. Let me see what my timer is saying. Yes, all right, let's go. Number 1 for today is jealousy and possessiveness. Jealousy and an insecure man is jealous. An insecure man is overtly possessive. Other men are a big threat to an insecure man, especially if he's insecure about his looks, or about his ability, or about his performance, even his sexual performance. He is so threatened by other men that he's jealous. He's possessive. And the problem with jealousy and possessiveness is that it leads to other manipulative and abusive behavior, like stalking. Like stalking. They start stalking you, following you everywhere. I know of a man who was so insecure and so fragile ego that he was stalking this woman that he married, to the point of putting tracker on her phone, a tracker in the car. She went for a work function in another city. Do you know that he left his own work, flew into that city, and was hiding and, coming to the work function to be peeping to see if the girl was talking to her? I mean, it's a mess. It's a big mess. So, an insecure man will be overtly jealous and overtly possessive. Number two for today. All right, number two for today, controlling and aggressive behavior. An insecure man will want to control your life because of his own insecurity. He wants to tell you where to go. He wants to tell you what to do every time. He tries to make decision for you or make decision on your behalf, because he is threatened that if you make a decision, you would make decisions that will expose him, or make decisions that will bring other people and attract other men to you. So in order to avoid that, he makes decisions for you, which he has no business making. So he is overtly controlling, aggressive. He can isolate you from your family and your friends. I've seen that many times. A girl, says she's in love with a man, and suddenly the man isolates her from every support system, from every friendship that she had. Anybody who is close to her becomes a threat to the man. And the purpose of that is, why is he, cutting her off from her support system? To make her powerless. Because for him, because of his insecurity, he thinks that if she is powerless, then he is powerful. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's crazily ridiculous. But that's the way his mind works. So if I can reduce her and make her powerless, then I'll be powerful. And then, I'll be seen as powerful. So he cuts her down. He tries to, and let me not get ahead of myself. He can object to things as silly as he doesn't want her to put her pictures on social media, because if she puts her picture there, she may attract more powerful men. She may attract more the interest of more competent men, and that threatens him. So he fights her. Don't put your picture on social media. Don't do this one. Don't do this one. Don't go to places where men will see you. He tries to control your life. He monitors your communications, checks your phones regularly. Who is that guy? Who is that guy? You cannot go to a work function and relax and chill with colleagues at work. He will, be sneaking in and be peeping and be checking. Oh no, it's a mess. It's a mess. Controlling and aggressive behavior. That's number two. Number three, manipulative behavior. He will engage in gaslighting tactics. He would shift blame to avoid accountability. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more. Deny your reality and make you feel like you're stupid, make you feel like you are dreaming or you are mad. That's gaslighting. He will call you crazy. Why he is the one who is crazy. He will make you feel like something is abnormal with what you are doing. He is the one who is normal, yet he's the one who is abnormal. He may even hold you back from making progress in your career, making progress in your business. Why? Because he thinks that, if you go get a master's, if you go get a PhD, if you go get a professional certification, you become more powerful. You become more attractive to powerful men. And in order not to, lose you, he doesn't want you to go further. in your career. He doesn't want you to get an additional degree. He doesn't want you to, because he's scared, because he's insecure. His insecurity is wanting to keep you at his level, because he fears that if you become better equipped, better empowered, better educated, he's going to lose you. So he engages in those kind of behavior. He will not allow you to go further in your education. Take up a course to improve yourself. He doesn't. He will fight you on it. Manipulative behaviors. Number 4, he avoids accountability. Never admits that they are wrong or they make mistakes. Never. His fragile ego struggles to accept they are wrong because his ego is so fragile. So admitting culpability in an issue or in a situation, his ego can't take it. So he avoids accountability. And what that means is that he shifts blame. He's a blame shifter. Everything, even the things he is obviously wrong, and he will shift the blame. It is you. It is you that caused it. It is you that made me not do this. It's you. It can be draining. It can be so draining because of his insecurity. It can be so draining. He blames you for everything. He is not responsible for where he is in life. You are the one who made him not make progress. You are the one who stopped him from, doing. Come on. That's number 4. Number 5 for today. I'm trying to go quickly. Number 5 for today. He is hesitant to take leadership in the relationship. And not even only in the relationship, even in social things, in social settings, maybe in church, he's afraid to take leadership because he's insecure. He feels he's incompetent. He feels he has low self-esteem. So he doesn't step up. And yet he could be very good, but his insecurities are affecting him. So he may end up, even in the relationship with you, dear single lady, he will not take leadership. And yet he will want to manipulate. He will want to, push things down, but he would be afraid to step forward and take responsibility and take leadership. So can you see how draining this can be, being in a relationship with an insecure man? Number 6, he will constantly threaten to break up the relationship. He is so sensitive. He cannot take a joke, a small joke. It becomes something else. He will read unnecessary meanings to things. Even things that were not offensive. His insecurity makes him, find them offensive. The actions that other people may make, and there's nothing to it. But for him, they're a big issue because of the insecurity. So they're constantly threatening to break up. And you know what? They can even threaten that if you break up with them, they are going to commit suicide. They can't live without you. And they make you feel guilty. It's all manipulative, emotional abusive behavior. If you break up, they're going to kill themselves. They can't live without you, and so on and so forth. It's their insecurity. Number 7, constantly needs to brag. They are arrogant and full of pride. Constantly needs to brag. And why do they need to brag? Because they are insecure. So they think I need to, exaggerate my accomplishments, even lie about some things, tell you that they are a brigadier general in the army when they are just a lieutenant. They exaggerate things, they lie, just trying to push themselves up so that they are trying to compensate with the low self-esteem. They're trying to compensate with their loss of competence and capacity. So they keep lying. They keep, bragging. That's it. And those kind of people who they are always, playing one up. If you say you have gone to 10 cities, they will come up and lie. Oh, no, I've been to 15. They always one up. If you say you bought your car for 50,000, oh, my car is 100,000. They always feel the need to push themselves, to brag, to show that they're higher than you, to show, what you're talking about, I experienced it 10 years ago. It's their insecurity. It's their insecurity. They can't stand your accomplishment. They can't stand your successes. They always want to one up. That's their insecurity. Number 8, needlessly competitive. They are needlessly competitive. Everything is a competition. Everything is a competition. Even when they compete, competition is now becoming a life and death issue. I mean, as common as, playing a game. I remember many years ago, we had a couples retreat. And, there was this guy there. My goodness. He became so needlessly competitive. It was just a common game that couples were playing. But, man, he took it to another level. And I realized there are issues here. There are big issues here. These issues are the things that are, plaguing this marriage. And unfortunately, that marriage ended up, disintegrated. But this is the point. Low self-esteem, insecure men will not be able to, really build strong, lasting relationships. This is why it's important that you understand these things so that you can avoid going into a relationship with an insecure man. Because they can't build. They just can't build and sustain a marriage. Something will go wrong. They will do something that will sabotage the marriage and sabotage because of their low self-esteem and their insecurity. All right. The last one for today. They constantly talk down on others. For some reason, an insecure person thinks that if I can make them feel small, then that will make me feel big. If I can make them feel small, that will make me feel big. One of the things that they don't want to hear is things like lighting another candle does not diminish the fire, the light, and the fire in the other candle. A candle can light 300 other candles. That doesn't make his light go dimmer. That he lit up other candles does not make his own light go dimmer. But an insecure person doesn't know that. An insecure person thinks that if I light another candle, another person's candle, mine will go down. So if I help you go up, mine will go down. So they can't help you go up. They constantly get into actions that try to diminish what other people are doing. They can even become so what's the word? They can become so manipulative that they can destroy someone else's work because they are jealous, because they think that, if I can destroy their work, then mine will excel. It's terrible. It's terrible. If you remember how Cain killed his brother Abel, because Abel's sacrifice was accepted, Cain's sacrifice was not accepted. So Cain went and killed his brother because in his head, if I kill him and eliminate him, then mine will be accepted. But he doesn't know that killing his brother will not make his accepted. So he thinks it's because of my brother that mine was not accepted. So if I kill him and eliminate him, then mine will be accepted. This is the way insecure people think. So they talk down on others, making others feel small. One of the signs of a strong, stable man, a strong, stable, secure man, is the way he makes everybody around them feel important. They share the greatness. They share the importance. They are very easy to hang around because they make everybody feel safe. They make everybody feel important. Why? Because they are secure in themselves. So they can praise someone else's work. They can praise someone else's achievement and truly be happy for someone else's achievement. When people are insecure, your achievement threatens them. So they can even start firing down at you, trying to kill what you're doing because of their insecurity. So these are, I'm going to stop here at number 9 for today. These are some signs that when you see them in the initial days of getting to know someone, you must make a decision to say, am I willing to deal with all of this, or should I take an evasive action? My challenge with trying to get into a relationship with an insecure man is that his insecurities are so many, or the things that his insecurities produces are so many, that the chances of failure are higher than the chances of success. So sometimes it's better not to even start the relationship with a man. This is why I say to people, when you get into a relationship, take time to gather data about this person. Take time to know them. But unfortunately, people get into sex before they even get to know somebody. And then eventually now, because of the sexual involvement, their thinking is clouded. They are not able to see clearly to make some, intelligent decisions. So stay away from sex. Sex before marriage is sin before God. Stay away from it. Focus to get to know this person. And then if you ask, when you're getting to know them and you're gathering data and you see one or two things that are pointing to the things that I've shared this week or last week, then make a decision not to continue. Make a decision not to plunge yourself, your finances, your time, your emotions into this thing. Because an insecure man is a hurting man, and a hurting man hurts others. I'm done for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share this video. Tell your friends about our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Subscribe. Encourage your friends to subscribe so that every time we upload new content, you get it. You get a notification, especially when you subscribe and click the notification button. You will get a notification that new content has come up, and then you can enjoy the beautiful content we keep bringing week in and week out. I love you, and I appreciate your hanging out with us tonight. Enjoy a very beautiful weekend. I think it's cold again this weekend, but enjoy it. Let the beauty of the Lord be upon you, and let his favor establish the work of your hands. Good night. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Why are you still single? Do you feel you're not ready yet? Do you say it's not my time yet? Have you made mistakes in the past and now you're stuck in a complicated situation? Or perhaps you've given up totally on the idea of marriage? Why not join Pastor Chuksogoye, author of The Amazing Power of Woman book, and his wife, Pastor Toyin, the founders of the Power of Woman Academy, at the next Single Ladies Bootcamp to explore and answer your questions. A big miracle could be waiting for you. For more information, visit www.stlbc.co.za.